Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring the Bloodlines and Black Magic core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition powered role-playing game, featuring modern occult adventures, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about additional details, auras and oddities. Let's start with additional details. Sometimes heroes come with dark, broken pasts, while villains arise out of completely normal environments. While the inherent goodness of humanity remains a discussion for philosophers, the tables included in this section will provide characters with a host of new details that further tie them to the invisible world, and in some instances, other player characters. You have tables covering events such as adolescence events. Perhaps you went through a divorce. Your parents divorced when you were still incredibly young. What about other events during your teenage years? Perhaps there was deception. You learned something about your family, a truth that changed how you view them. What about memorable visits? Perhaps you went to Black Hills, Wisconsin. You and your family vacationed in Black Hills every summer for 5 years. What about tragic events? Maybe there was a death. A family member, a sibling, or cousin living with you died of a horrible, strange disease. No doctors helped. What about the secrets you keep? Maybe you have a vendetta. You have a secret vendetta you keep. Someone will pay for their crimes against you. And there are many other tables covering family ties, family lies, birthmarks, scars and tattoos, allies and admirers, and many other things. Then we have auras and oddities. Every character in Bloodlines and Black Magic has an aura. For most of humanity, this aura is little more than a soft, grey, translucent mantle, the slow, outward ebb of one's life, slowly slipping away into the invisible world, with them none the wiser. Heroes, like the player characters, are made of something different and accumulate brighter, livelier auras that often tell stories to those able to read them. Finally, a character who interacts with the invisible world on a regular basis may also gain special marks on their auras called oddities. These oddities form under specific conditions and manifest in a variety of strange or odd ways. While occult scholars debate the precise nature of oddities and the stuff from which they are made of, occultists have long accepted that they are made from one of three things: astral essence, magical essence, or psychic essence. When it comes to astral essence, heroes who travel the dreamlands or who do battle with monsters from the realms of sleep will often note such creatures produce oddities made from the stuff of the astral plane itself. Concerning magical essence, heroes who hunt cryptids, ghosts, and other supernatural foes will encounter the most common variety of oddities, those made from the magical essence of the creatures, items, or places that produce them. Concerning psychic essence, heroes who spend a great deal of time with psychics, mentalists, and others whose minds are focused on such pursuits will encounter oddities that are strongly aligned to emotional expressions, as well as specialized expressions, often tied directly to those who have experienced strong, life-changing, or ending events. Regardless of how they manifest, oddities are the strongest indicators that someone is an active agent in the invisible world. Effectively, every character in Bloodlines and Black Magic has an aura that describes who they are, and with whom or what they have aligned. This aura ranges in color, and as the heroes immerse themselves into the invisible world, these auras change to match their adventures and their experiences. Therefore, a character's aura often matches their alignment. It changes and adapts with the hero. When a character attunes with a location, an item, the arcana, or a similar target with a strong aura, it often influences the character's aura, changing it in small and sometimes odd ways. Some items will carry additional descriptive tags, which give more information about who they are and, in small ways, how they appear in the invisible world. So the many experiences that your character goes through will directly affect your aura, its appearance, its tags. So for example, if your character tends towards law and order, you are going to get the lawful tag to your aura. and many other details associated with that demeanor or approach. Each choice a character makes has a consequence, and this may end up affecting your aura with tags such as sorcery, enchantment, guns, diplomacy, demons, entertainment, monster, secrecy, microscope. It could be pretty much anything. Now, concerning more details about oddities, they are magical scars, markings, and symbolic manifestations that appear in your aura. When someone activates Pierce the Veil and looks at your oddities, they can learn things about you. Oddities primarily serve two roles. First, oddities serve as waymarkers for a character's journey into the invisible world. They represent significant events, encounters, and experiences that a character's psyche has processed and that others can see while in the invisible world, or by activating Pierce the Veil. While some characters can hide these oddities, most of the invisible world's denizens understand the importance of these magical markers, wearing them proudly for good or ill. Secondly, oddities are malleable. In the hands of those able to weave magic or those craftspersons who create wondrous things in the invisible world, oddities are the stuff of magic cosmetics and a palette of potential color and emotion just waiting to be twisted into something cruel or beautiful. You have sample oddities such as the Colder Touch. This oddity is acquired by dying to cold damage, using Pierce the Veil, or other magics regularly in an area filled with snow or ice, by aligning with a spirit of ice, or by forming a bond with some magical items. When you gain this oddity, your aura takes on the frigid energies of the plane of ice, chilling you and those around you. When people look at you in the invisible world, or with Pierce the Veil, you appear to be covered in bits of frost. When you activate Pierce the Veil, the temperature drops 10 degrees for 1d4 minutes. This temperature change is subtle but noticeable, especially after a minute or two. Each sample oddity comes with a description, the way in which you acquire the oddity, the acquisition that is, the aura manifestation, and the mundane manifestations. This concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about skills and feats. As you can appreciate, you can create rich character backgrounds thanks to the additional details tables. And concerning auras and oddities, they can be considered a sort of spiritual attire that you may wish to display in order to obtain alliances. Maybe there are allies who share your same aura and oddities, that is, maybe you went through the same experiences. However, in hostile environments, maybe you want to hide your auras because those that are against what you represent could be looking for you. You don't want to give away your presence, at least not when you're in a disadvantageous position. Now, concerning oddities, I also like it that they have mechanical effects. They are subtle changes in the environment according to your own supernatural manifestation. The type of the manifestation, that is, maybe you can affect the temperature as mentioned, or perhaps electricity. Maybe it's related to sounds or visions. I think it's going to be very cool to use these manifestations in various checks to further enhance or boost those checks. And these sorts of things lend themselves quite well for detective-based adventures. If you are exploring a mystery or some crime, maybe you can follow the trace of these auras and oddities. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.